Hi, this is Kimberly. Today I'm going to talk about a case that I have not yet covered. I think I would like to get into covering this because I've only kind of sort of followed it. Y'all know I can't have too much going on at once or I get all flustered and then I just sit there and nothing. You want me to put out a goddamn video, right? Well, alright, so I'm going to talk about Chad Daybell. Please note that I have renamed him to Rad Slayhill. He's in custody. Idaho authorities say they found human remains on his property. I'm going to read this article to you regarding it because I don't know enough on it to just kind of start spouting off, but in Salem, Idaho today, authorities in Idaho say that while executing a search warrant at the Salem, Idaho home of Chad Daybell, investigators found human remains. That's horrible. Quote, detectives and investigators have recovered what's believed to be human remains that have not been identified at this time. Assistant Rexburg Police Chief Gary Hagan told reporters at a brief news conference. I'm going to show first someone was driving by and filmed him in cuffs. There's a whole lot of aerial footage. There's a ton of really good pictures where you can see what's going on. I do have a live helicopter shot, but it's kind of shaky and stuff. But I'll post that at the very end for those that would care to watch it. According to reports from East Idaho News, Daybell was taken into custody early Tuesday morning. Multiple witnesses told the news outlet that several officers pulled him over about a mile from his home in Salem. What do they mean pulled him? What, they grab him by the arm and make him march for a mile? Okay. Multiple witnesses told the news outlet that several officers pulled him over about a mile from his home in Salem, which is 5 miles outside of Rexburg. This was 11:30 local time. You know what? It finally dawned on me. They pulled over his vehicle. Why the fuck didn't they say that? I'm going to mark up this article with corrections and send it back to them. It was a hard read. Alright, here we go again. The witnesses told the news outlet that they saw Daybell Slayhill placed in handcuffs and put into the back of a police car. That's normally what they do when they arrest somebody. I've seen it on cops all the time. They arrest them and then they put them in the back of the car and they always put their hand on their head to guide them so they don't bump the shit out of their head, you know? Sorry about all that damn background noise. Technical difficulties, you know. I'm always having some kind of difficulties. I fell out of the damn bed the other night. Again, I did that a few months ago. I don't know what the hell is up with that. And my granddaughter was over spending the night and she wanted to sleep with me. And I'm halfway on the floor, like with my arms up on the bed. And I was like, did I fall? Did I fall? And she said, Granny, just get back in bed. It'll be okay. Such a sweetheart. I apologize if you're new here. I do tend to wander and shit when I'm telling these stories. I hope you don't mind. Thank you. God bless. Amen. Well, shut the front door. Rexburg Police, the Fremont County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI carried out the search at the home of Chad Daybell on Tuesday. This asshole will also be referred to as Rad Slayhill. What a jackass. Dipshit. Daybell is the husband of Tylee Vallow, who was arrested in connection to the case of her missing children. Assistant Rexburg Police Chief Hagan said earlier that the search warrant was related to the disappearance of 17-year-old Tylee Ryan and her 8-year-old brother, J.J. Vallow. Tylee Vallow is currently in custody in Idaho on felony charges of desertion and non-support of dependent children. Well, isn't it nice that they each found someone that was their kind of crazy? What are the odds? She also faces misdemeanor counts of resisting and obstructing an officer, solicitation of a crime, and contempt. You know, what a gem. Hagan says the warrant is sealed and that the details would not be available to news media outlets or the public and is only for the purview of enforcement working on this case. Chad Daybell's first wife, Tammy, died in October at the couple's Salem, Idaho home. At first, they thought his wife died of natural causes. Now they have a feeling that it's all untoward and shit, and mysterious and stuff like that. They need to investigate. Both he and Lori Vallow are being investigated in connection with that death. East Idaho News reports said investigators appear to be focusing on the backyard of Daybell's property, where officials raised a number of canopy tents. This is the second time a warrant has been served at the Daybell home in Idaho. During the 1st January, officials removed 43 items from the home. J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan were last seen in September of 2019. Police began to investigate after suspicions arose in the death of Chad Daybell's former wife. Rexburg Police Chief Shane Tooman, Assistant Chief Gary Hagan, and Fremont County Sheriff Lynn Humphreys held a brief news conference, and that also will be at the end, right before the aerial footage. But they confirmed the discovery of the remains, but they have not been identified. They explained that Daybell was taken into custody for questioning, but he has not been arrested or charged. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's just been taken into custody, not arrested, but they want to question him. Please understand, I started on this video yesterday with plans to upload it yesterday afternoon or last night, but been feeling a little under the weather, running a fever, and falling out of bed and shit, so yeah, I'm a little behind, but he did end up getting arrested, thank God. And of course, the bodies have been identified now as J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, says the family. I'm really running behind on this stuff. Been a trip the last few days. What a couple of fucktards. I hate them. Why won't people leave children alone? And why do people continue to have children when all they do is abuse them until they die? Fuck that shit. That needs to be taught in high school. Not sure if Rad Slayhell understands that having human remains or bones on your properties is a huge red waving flag with neon lights flashing. Dumb fuck. I hope it's one of those hours upon hours long questioning with the detectives, and they need to waterboard him. These two people are nuts. October 19th, 2019, Tammy Daybell, the previous wife of the children's stepfather, is found dead in her home. Yeah, she just up and died out of nowhere. What a shocker that was. Police ruled it as a natural death at first, but have since ruled it as suspicious. Chad Daybell married Lori Vallow 2 weeks later. What is it with these dumb assholes that they're having an affair, which I don't know the backstory on this, but I will. But Chris and shit and Nicole, and they're gonna just kill everybody off and live happily ever after, blah, blah, blah. Stupid. If you're gonna act like a piece of shit, go lay in the yard. Two damn nut jobs that found each other. God, they're dangerous when you mix two of them. After Slayhell's vehicle was pulled over, witnesses say he got out of his silver SUV, was placed in handcuffs, and put into a police car. His vehicle was then towed away. Numerous roads around the home were closed and drivers are being rerouted. The media has been asked to remain in a staging area, and police say they could be on the scene for multiple days. This is the second major search performed at the Slayhell home. Tammy Daybell, Chad's first wife, tragically died suddenly at the Salem home in October. Chad and his new wife, Lori Vallow Daybell, wasted no time in getting married because they're a couple of dumb fucks. They're both being investigated by the Idaho Attorney General's office for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder in connection to the death of Tammy. Lori Daybell's two children, Joshua J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, have been missing since September, and Lori is in the Madison County Jail on 2 counts of desertion and non-support of a dependent child. And of course, since I've been moving as slow as molasses, this story has been spiraling out of control. And of course, the children have been identified as those that they found yesterday. Brad Slahel was booked into the Fremont County Jail at 5:21 p.m. local time. He was arrested for destruction or concealment of evidence. And I will have to study this story because it sounds very interesting. I have heard bits and pieces over the last several months. It's hard for me to multitask anymore, but I used to be the queen of multitask back in the day, but then I wore myself the fuck out and I'm all done, so you know how that goes. I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope you're having a great day. Much love and peace. Thank you for listening.
We are for everybody. Again, my name is Assistant Chief Gary Hagen. Spelling of my last name is Hagen, Hagen. Wanted to give a brief press release today about some events that have occurred today in regards to our missing children's case of Tylee Ryan and Joshua Vallow. This morning we served the Rexburg Police Department and the Fremont County Sheriff's Office and the FBI served a search warrant in the 200 block of 1900 East here in Fremont County, also known as Chad Daybell's residence. Throughout the investigation, detectives and investigators have recovered what's believed to be human remains that have not been identified at this time. We are not going to answer any questions at this time in regards to any of the further of the investigation until we have more details, but we were wanting to get this out to let everybody know before there's speculation or rumor that starts flying. So again, we're not going to take any questions at this time. That we'll save that for a later press conference when we have more details. But again, we just want to reemphasize how much appreciation we have for you guys for coming out here and for covering this, and for the families and friends of everybody involved. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Can you just repeat what you said about human remains?
Okay.
Completely blocked that back here.
I'm sorry again.
Can you just repeat what you said about human remains?
Okay. So during the investigation, the investigators and detectives have recovered what's believed to be human remains that are not identified at this time. There is. I do want to add that Chad Daybell, who resides at that residence, has also been taken into custody for questioning in regards to that. And again, we'll give further press release at a later time and take questions regarding more when we have that. So, okay, thank you.
Are you expecting that special?
We're not for sure yet. So, as soon as we find out, I'll let everybody know. Okay.
Human remains of one or two bodies?
That's all we can answer at this time. So,
We're not to take questions.
okay, thank you.
That it will continue through till tomorrow?
We're not for sure. So, as soon as we find out more, like I said, we'll let everybody know.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Oh, forgot about this. Forgot you might want that back, right?
Yeah.